Hello, welcome back to the channel and thank you for joining me in another of my monologues. Today I want to talk about the stress of the bank of mum and dad. But before we get to there, as you know, I've not been terribly well recently. In the last few months I've had some strange muscle problem and have had severe pain and been in some distress really. And I wanted to thank the wonderful, there's loads of people to thank, and I'll thank all the different relevant people who've been assisting me back into health, which has been fantastic. But on this particular occasion, I do want to mention again the wonderful products from Endoka. These are hemp-based products, CBD oils principally, have really helped me to get the strained and stressed, inflamed muscles to relax. And that's been something, particularly also at night time when sleeping has not been as easy as possible because of the way that the muscles have been aching and causing me a lot of problems and stress. And in particular, one of the products, the Mountain High, which is a sort of a jelly, like the jelly sweets that you can get. Munch one of those, and I can tell you, the muscles do relax and the pain goes away. I did mention it on another video, but I just wanted to follow that up in case those people didn't see it, because the Endoka products are very wholesome. They're organic and made, I believe, in Denmark. And people have ordered them, and I think they've had a lot of relief, as I certainly have. So that's why I thought I would mention it. I just wanted to thank them because they've been generous in helping me get back to health and dealing with this strange muscle problem, which is on the way out, by the way. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better than I was. Anyway, I wanted to mention that, but let's go back to the main topic of today's video, and that is the bank of mum and dad. It's one of those things that you know, if you're a mother or a father and you have children and you grow them, you watch them grow up and they leave home, don't they? And that's it. You think, well, I've done the best. We've educated them. We've instilled morals and ethics. We've breathed into them the life force for them to go forwards and procreate and have a wonderful life. And that's all very well. But in times of stress, and we are in times of stress, as we all know, and idiotic government and terrible policies and all this sort of unnecessary problems which are being foisted on ordinary everyday people, almost as if those in authority hate us, it's not unusual then for the youngsters in this world to struggle. I mean, we're all struggling one way or another, aren't we? Because we're in a very artificial world in which everything is being manipulated and things are being forced upon us that should not be. I mean, I'm always asking, where do you get your authority from? Why are you taxing me this money? Where is that money going? Why is it being used for wars or the killing of innocent men, women and children? Why should that go there when really it ought to go towards looking after our own communities and our own country? But we are where we are. Now, I'm sure that many folk watching this will be in the stressful situation where a loved one, a son or daughter, or even a friend will come along and say, look, I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do. I've been ill, perhaps, or I've had some bad luck, or the car's broken down, or whatever it is, and I need to borrow some money. And you can't go to the bank these days. You know, the bank managers don't exist, do they? You've got to go and see what the computers do, and they're going to charge you a premium. We don't want to go to the loan sharks who will charge you a massive amount for a small amount of money and then come after you, and matters get even worse. There's very few places you can go to, friends, parents, those sort of things, and hope that they'll be able to help you out when you're in a bad spot. And it's happened with my children, of course, and I'm sure it's happened with yours, where, you know, they prey upon you, you've brought them into the world, and they say, look, I can't really cope. And of course, if you love your children, if you love your offspring and you want to see the best for them, of course we all try to help them out. But the bank of mum and dad must be feeling the pinch, because mum and dad themselves are also feeling the pinch. But where do they go? My mum and dad have died, and that's it. They've gone. There's nothing. I can't go tapping on them. And I'm now the head of the family, as it were. The oldest one. I'll be the one next to go. And then what will they do? And this is the problem. People are not able to save up enough money. They're not able to have enough savings in the bank. The way the world has been orchestrated, manipulated on purpose, is to fleece as much cash out of everybody in every single way. Government policy is inhumane and is not designed for real people living in this world. It's designed to try and keep people down, low, and out of their houses if possible, and on the streets, it would seem. Unless, of course, you come over on a rubber dinghy. Then apparently that's fine. You can have a hotel and do whatever you like. But if you're homeless, if you're down and out, if you're being evicted, don't look, and you've been in this country all your life and you've paid your taxes, don't look to the government or the council for help, by the way. No, the mum and dad bank must be stressed to the hilt. And I know what that's like. And if you're one of those who are doing it, we're all trying to do the best we can, because we are decent, upright, standing members, not members of the public. That's a horrible phrase, because where do you get your membership from? We're all decent, wonderful people, and we're trying to do the best we can for our friends and family, but it isn't easy. And I know that, and I know you know that. And the solution is, sooner or later, we have got to reject the authorities, the so-called authorities, that are pushing ever more to make us ill and to keep us impecunious, poor, in a distressed state. They don't want us to succeed. Clearly they don't want us to succeed at anything, and this is one of the problems. But we have to go on and keep the faith as much as we can. Now, in my book Biggleswick, the town that wouldn't comply, the people in the town that wouldn't comply decided this is not right. This is not right. Why are the policies coming out of here stuff that none of us have actually asked for? Who asked for the 5G that's not been properly tested, that's been placed by care homes and schools where young people and elderly are being radiated? Who asked for that? What planning official put their signature down to have those things? Why are we going in favour of something which is really just a myth? This man-made global warming. The idea that we're poisoning the atmosphere with CO2, the gas of life. And the people in Biggleswick, they start to ask these sort of questions. Why are we teaching children some very dubious things in the school? Why are schools looking more like concentration camps with barbed wire and electronic gates? Why do they look like prisons? And why should I allow my child to go to a place and be taught by people whose morals and ethics and even a curriculum that is kept secret from me? And the people in Biggleswick do get round to asking these sort of questions, especially the sort of thing where the bank of mum and dad are involved, and can I borrow some money? And well, this is going to put me in some difficult situation. If you'd like to read the Biggleswick story, then do email me, richard@vobes.com, and I'll send you hopefully by return, an email that tells you exactly how you can go and buy it, and we'll send it off to you. There's not that many copies left, and I will at some point have to get some more done. And that's where, you're trying to keep the money aside for different projects, as we're all doing, and then a loved one comes along and says, the car has just broken down, or my windows have fallen out, or I've lost my job, or I've suddenly got a medical problem which means I can't work, and I now need your help, mum and dad, from the bank of mum and dad. What do? Do you turn your back on them and say, well, I ain't got any money, get on with it? Or do you help them? When it's your loved ones, you do everything you can, don't you? And we all make sacrifices to try and keep them going. But at the end of the day, we do need to readdress what is causing these problems. And clearly it's not you and I. Clearly it is a government, a council, a judiciary, a police force that is well out of control and are not working for the greater good. We know why, because they've all been turned into corporations. Anyway, I hope some of that's been interesting. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Till then, goodbye.